Hey, Facebook world. My name's Daniel, and I'm here with Channeling the Cosmos, helping empaths transcend trauma. And today I want to talk about the problem, especially for empaths, but I think many people in the world, especially at this time, is the inability to relax and just constant stress in the body and mind, and how it overwhelms you and takes you over. And usually this is caused by external circumstances we can't control. And when we feel this tension in our body and feel this tension in our being at all times, we can't function at our highest level. And as you know from people that take tests, when they're anxious and they feel unable to relax, they're unable to answer the questions correctly, and they're unable to follow their instincts and their intuition in the moment, and they second guess themselves all the time. And as empaths, we do this constantly, and we take all the clutter, dirt out of the world, and we hold on to that stress for everyone else. And this doesn't work. And we feel like we need to save other people, and this is why we're unable to relax, and we're unable to be at ease, and we're unable to find peace, which is really what we're all looking for in the end, is that ability to relax. And when you're unable to do that, you're unable to function at a high level. You're unable to function and follow your guidance. Hey, thank you for tuning in. We're talking about unable to relax as empaths. And we're unable to find that peace within ourselves, and we are blocked from that peace. We can't do what we're meant to do on this planet. We're unable to be the healers we want to be, or the light workers, and that stress just overrides our system. And when you feel anxiety in your body, especially, it's your fight or flight system reacting to stimuli in your external circumstances, almost like you're going to die from it. So say you can't pay a bill for some reason, and you freak out, like you're literally feeling like you're dying or going to die because of this circumstances outside of you. Thank you for tuning in. We're talking about unable to, people keep leaving. So when the system is overriding constantly, and especially if you have trauma, you're unable to relax because your fight or flight system is on overdrive. It constantly creates this turmoil inside of you. I see it as a churning, almost like a machine in a factory, just going, just churning inside of you, which is this constant fight or flight response. Thank you for tuning in. Again, we're talking about being unable to relax as empaths and people that experience trauma. And when you have that constant turmoil in your body and the constant anxiety and stress, it blocks you from all the great things that could come through. And thank you for tuning in. Again, we're talking about being unable to relax in your body as empaths. And that trauma just churns your system. And if we're unable to find a way to relax, we can't function at a high level. We can't do the things we want to do. We can't get things done we have to get done. We become a slave to this fight or flight response in our bodies. And that stress just keeps on churning. And I feel like right now people are uber stressed in life. And that's why I wanted to talk about this problem, and that, relaxation is so important to find. And if you can't be relaxed, you can't find peace. It doesn't matter if money comes to you, if you win the lottery, if you find the perfect relationship. If you can't find relaxation now, you can't find it later. You're just going to find another problem, another reason to kick up your fight or flight response. So we need to heal that part of our body that is overstressed and overstimulated. And it takes some work. It takes some internal knowing. It takes seeking out healers. It takes many different things to find that. And I just want empaths to be able to heal that parts of their body that are feeling that stress and getting triggered over and over again by external circumstances. And there's so many ways to do that, and it's so amazing. And there's just that collective trauma in the body that's just being held, and I can just feel it in people that I'm talking to on the video. There's parts of your body, and so trauma is held in the body, Not in the, it affects the mind, but really it's held in the body. That's why people get massages, trauma gets released. And when we don't go down into our bodies and we don't anchor that deep within and feel that, we can't release it. So I know I talk about joy and play and being in high vibration. I think that's what brings this out. And then in the end, we have to go in our bodies and churn that up and feel that and work through that pain that's in our systems. I watched a Will Smith video coming through, and he talks about, you know, it's your pain that you work through. And I think that's so important. And especially because that stress in our body will not be released until we take conscious effort and look at it. And we need to do that to move through it. And unfortunately, we're in a world where our fight and flight responses are at a super high gear. Individuals are living in super amounts of fear. Thinking of the school shootings, people are in fear. They're thinking certain circumstances, they want to make changes, they want to fix it. And I know they're terrible situations, but there's always things to fear. You can always find another problem to fear, another thing to fix, and another thing to take away your joy. And if you look for it, and it's always there. And honestly, we are constantly, from the news and the media, and I talk with, we're constantly, that trigger response in our bodies is coming over and over again. And that stress is just overriding our systems, and we're feeling more anxiety, and we can't function at a high level as empaths. And you know, I apologize if that's in your systems, and you know, that's why I feel that I can be, you know, I'm a vibrational doctor in some ways. I don't take that, it's not an actual term. We have to change those vibrations and those systems and relax our nervous system as much as possible. And we have to do that to heal this trauma. And we all have it. We all have emotional trauma of some sort. We were a little kid watching the news. We had parents that didn't validate our feelings. We went through a traumatic experience. We watched someone get bullied. I mean, all of those experiences build up in our body and our systems to create fear in our bodies, and we don't even know it. And then we get stressed over little things. We don't know why. And it's because our fight or flight response system is such on high gear, because we never felt safe as, you know, a child in certain circumstances. And our inner child is just in fear. And it's not your fault. It's not a bad thing. It's not just what it is. And that constant stress churning your system, until it is released and until you work through that in the way you do, until those emotions are be able to spiral out of your system, you're not going to be able to function at a very high level. I wish you could. I can't. And obviously some people have more than others, and we're healing the collective through this, and I really appreciate you all doing that. But if you don't deal with this trauma that's in your body and you don't find a way to heal it, you're going to stay where you are until you do. I mean, your inner child and your body and your heart is the doorway to your success. And until you go through that doorway, you can't find it. And I 100% believe that from personal experience and from teachers. So just, you know, obviously I don't just take my own, but if I haven't done any of this work and gone through this trauma, then I wouldn't tell you to do it either. And that's how I know it's so important. And our bodies deserve it, and we deserve to be healed from the trauma that we have experienced, and to allow it to move through our systems, and not in a way that's horrible, but if you had a flu, you would go to the doctor and get that healed. So the trauma you're experiencing, the stress, the fight or flight response, the being unable to relax in your system, like that's the most important thing. I mean, that's why people seek out monks and Buddhists and go to church. Like, they're looking for relief and relaxation and being at peace. I mean, that's what we're all searching for. And by healing this trauma in our body, that's how we will find it. Yeah. Thank you, Lindsay, for that. I really appreciate it. Yeah, all that definitely helps. Anything you can do to, release it. And knowing that that's the most important thing for your well-being is to move through that. and to heal that part of yourself, I think is so important. And I want, to help you do that. So, definitely reach out to me. I have many ways that I've learned through myself and through others to move through this trauma that's in your system and to become the best self you can be. And that's what I want for all of you, is to find that healing, to find your truth, to find your dreams, and to be able to go for it. And I want to help you do that. So please reach out to me through a Facebook message. And I'm really, really excited for all the empaths in this group to heal and move through and to find their own inner peace, because I think that's so important. So definitely send me a message. Appreciate you all, and I will talk to you soon.